you're familiar with this question and kabalo ko nga answer jud mo ani. It's quite familiar kay mas ano na yun ni masugatan ninyo ni when you are about to start your school year. So I'm gonna pick mga cheap person lang guro to answer this question. So rotag nagklase. Wait lang. And the next na ba?
Wala pa, Mers.
Okay, I'm gonna take Cyril. Can you tell us about yourself?
Ako?
Go sa...
Anong dali na kayo sa inyo? Ipi ko eh. Unsa ba ko? Siguro ako kay sabaan. Yun ako gilumon. About sa akong kaugalingon sabaan yun ko. Tapos ako gitong happy-go-lucky. Enthusiastic ko most of the time. Pero dili na ako ang tao nga dili gid kaayo nagakuan ba nga dili ko share jud og kana ang kayong mga problema kung mag-share man ko mga taphaw lang ingana tapos dugay kaayo ko makaget along sa ubang tao dugay kay ko ma-attach sa ubang tao pero pag ma-attach na ko di na pud ko ma-detach sa ingana ko tapos kanang isolated jud ko nga tao pero pag maoto pag naana ko'y ma-comfortable na ko sa isa ka tao or sa isa ka grupo comfortable na jud ko hantod sa hantod di na gyud na siya mawagtang and mao na ang pinakalisod jud sa ako ang first step na kana ang mag-involve o mao ra to about sa ako mao ra to bas kana ang about sa okay mao to thank you
salamat sa participate so kato nga kawalta sa gid si Cyril no and kabalo ko kabalo jud mo anak ko siya and so the next one mag-pick ko kay si Kate. Yeah, tell us about yourself.
Madunggan ko te.
Yes okay
Kuan kanang kung sa una ang basihan hilumon jud kay ko like kanang dili jud makipagstorya og tao ba mo storya lang pag i-approach ko ingana pero karon nausab naman ay kanang tungod kay Lord ana kay kanang hilig na ko makipag halubilo-god sa lain-laing tao ingana tungod pud siguro sa discipleship jud and kana siya kanang observant ko ingana kanang hilig ko kuan pod kanang maminaw ingana kabaliktaran pod kay Kuya. Sorry. Ingana siya. Tatalag kay ulo ako.
sige thank you Kate gawad dyan kakuan dyan ka so the last one si Hanilyn Ponce. Can you tell us about yourself, Hanilyn?
Hi, good afternoon. Hindi ako wala ko sa kanya. Madungog ko?
Yes. Yes, Hanilyn.
Sobra ko ma-share sa akong sarili. To be exact lang, introvert jud ko. And I cannot find myself or dili na ko ma-describe akong sarili sa nga makipaghalubilo sa kanang labo na og kanang daghan na kayo og tao. Makipag-communicate man ko makipag-istorya ko maybe mga ano lang maximum 5 people lang siguro. Dili na ko anang whole community na gyud din anagod pero I was trying my best to overcome that kind of characteristic of mine na I overcome na ko akong pagiging introvert and I hope na makita na ko akong self o ma-define na ko akong self ani nga kay it's all about how to unveil your confidence, right? And I don't have that kind of confidence to show myself
Sige, thank you, Annalyn. So, thank you sa mga nag-participate. So, I really kanang so glad ba nga kanang katugad you really nag-participate mo, and I know nga it's not easy kay kanang hala unsa kaya kung salty sa akong self no, or pero di ba that question is not that kanang ano gyud kanang familiar na gyud siya sa tua, and we used to kuan jud ana, and so kato kanang we have to really ano gyud know unsa gyud atong ingon about ourselves, because kanang magamit na gunata na we cannot use that in not in kanang sa school, but later on if we kanang find job na jud tayo masulti hana go about yourself. So how to unveil confidence. So first, we're gonna define this confidence. So nag-research ko I that the confidence is in internet nga ang definition daw sa confidence is the feeling of belief, the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, or firm trust. So it's about ano gyud kanang trusting ana. Also kanipod it is also a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. It's anong self-assurance that you can do it. And also it's a state of feeling certain about the truth or something. So you have confidence because kabalo ka, that was the truth. And another one definition, it's a psychological definition, is a belief in oneself and the conviction that one has ability to meet life challenges and to succeed, and the willingness to act accordingly. Being confident requires a realistic sense of one's capabilities and feeling secure in that knowledge. Is that you are able to face all this challenge. Ang meaning sa confidence and sa psychological is you are able to face challenges, believe in your own self that you can do it. And so that are the things na kanang na-define jud sa sa internet about confidence. But later on we will know na unsa man gid ang what is truly means about confidence. But first we have this question na what are the things that can hinder your confidence? Veil to unveil. Because I know nga kanang mayroon talagang mga good na tago good sa atin or nakahinder sa atin ba na parang hindi good, wala good tayong confidence sa ating self. It is kanang some veil na dapat natin i-unveil. And so the first one is these things are kanang which I noticed lang, and I noticed and based on my experience po. The first one is when you are anxious. You are experiencing worry, unease, or nervousness, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. So maka-feel tawag when anxious when we're about to present or we're about to perform or we're doing kanang task or we're doing in our exams or the things that kanang ato akong ginabuhat. I feel anxious, we're panicking and worrying nga basig dili na ko ni mabuhat or baka kanang dili nimo kaya. This one thing kanang hinder good to unveil your confidence. And the second one is fear. Akong pag-search kay, fear is a natural power and primitive human emotion. It involves a universal biochemical response as well as high individual emotions. Fear alerts us to presence or danger, stress, or harm, whether the danger is physical or psychological. It means that good to sum it all these are the things that you are afraid of. Di lang sa danger but afraid in front of the crowds, afraid of socializing people, you are afraid in also place that is dark, or afraid of heights. But the things nga kanang mga kanang mahadlok ka or you're afraid. And you know that this anxious and fear na nakahinder sa imong hinders to unveil your confidence is quite normal. But I'm saying nganong nagaingon ko it's normal because we all experience the thing. Wala exempted kinsa man diri di ba sa ato at wala naka feel og fear, wala naka feel og anxious. So it's normal. abnormal na siguro kung di ka maka-feel og anxious or fear. And the last one is, what could people think about you or look or judge you? Or the people around you have been bothered. Kanang you are bothered or intimidated sa mga tao na kapalibot sa imo, or you are focused on the things nga ang sila pagtanaw sa imo. You are kanang you are focusing na kanang hala baka sabihin nila na dili ko hard or I'm not good at it. This some of people will praise you or gonna kuan you if you do well or if you present well, if you perform well. But some people might kanang mag-ingon pud sa imo na anong naga-perform mo na siya, nga naga-present mo siya, dili mo sa hawdan na. Sometimes kanang you too focused on that kuan ba, in that thing good na sa ang iingon sa tao sa imuha. Sa ingon sa mga nakasurround sa imuha. And so, I'm gonna give you some practical tips or things that may help you to overcome your anxiousness. Because kanang when you are feel anxious mo, di ba, ma-worry ka, ma-panic ka, you don't know what to do. But first is that you have to prepare. Jud ka, mag-prepare jud ka so that you can beat good sa kanang anxiousness na imuhang na feel, state of anxiousness na nimo. Prepare means pre before the event would happen or before the thing nga imuhang buhaton or before you perform or before you present. So that kanang para dili ka malose sa imong track, you don't lose your track. But anxious na kay ka, nakalimot na ka, worry na ka what you're going to do. Since you prepare, makapadar niyo because kanang may ka mawala sa imong track because you prepare. And the second one is practice. Ano say nga, di ba, there's people na ato ang makita that they are excellent in the thing that they are good at. Anang parang napagaling nila parang, pero if you have person nga that you know nga who are successful right now or are good at what they do, they've been experience a lot of practices, thousands, hundreds para lang gyud di ba? We have this this quotes nga, practice makes perfect. Pero kato, you have to really undergo practice gyud in order for you to beat those kanang anxiousness nimo. Because if you prepare, you practice, kato mabit jud mo imong confidence and you became can perform well, you can present well, can do well Tapos the third one is to pause. Is quite kanang kanang that not that really kanang sa ginabuhat nato, because sometimes when we feel anxious kanang wa ta kabulong buhat, we have to pause jud. We practice you prepare, practice, and kanang you also need to pause because kanang it takes time good talaga to pause para maka-focus good ta. If we are kanang rattle na or panic na, we have to really kanang take a time to pause. Diba, pansinin nyo those, kanang for example, sa kanang Miss Universe, diba, when after the MC would kanang read the question, diba, there's an kanang question and answer portion, and kanang mo pagkahuman og explain sa pagkahuman og explain sa announcer, ay paghuman og ingon sa announcer ang question is that ang nag-answer gud katong mga napil og Miss Universe or mga candidates, kanang nag-take time gud sila to pause, kanang usa sila mo answer because it will give you a time to focus gud when you pause. Di lang gud sa may nga moments, but when you are struggling in something, take time to pause. Or when you are presenting, performing, nagka-take time gud sila to really pause. And the third one is, it's kanang quiet so hard po jud ni siya nga time ay nga when you are in an anxious, you should have to forgive yourself because when you're about to present or to perform, there's kanang mistake yun na to ang mabuhat. And kanang mura gina-conclude na to sa atong sarili ba na when we made a mistake kanang naglagot jud ko sa akong self ay kanang I hate myself ana good kay dili nimo di ka pa-perform well, di ka makabuhat og nag-practice man ko, nag-prepare man ko, nag-practice man ko and I take pause pero kanang nagkamali pa man ko ana good. But don't be hard but kanang good reminder good that we don't be hard on yourself. Kanang forgive yourself. You can do better. By acknowledging your mistake, forgiving yourself. Kanang mahimo jud ka you can make better yun. You can do better yun. And so kato in order for you to beat your anxiousness good is first you're gonna prepare, practice, and then pause and forgive yourself. So kana makabit nito ka sa imong asasana. And that's and so kani other practical things to do that may help you to overcome your fear. So we're talking about nagatapan jud ta og fear. So I love this things nga akong i-share sa inyo practical things because I used to listen podcast of Mil Rubens and I am so amazed sa yung 5-second rule. So kani siya nga practical things na I'm gonna share sa inyo is kanang isa ni sa mga na-learn ako sa iyang podcast. Diba, I say sa iyo ang fear is kanang things that you're afraid of. You're afraid of heights, you're afraid to lose your exam, or afraid of socializing people because you're an introvert, or you're afraid in front of the crowds, or you're afraid to lose your course, or some things that, or you're afraid na kanang you're in the place of ay kanang you're afraid of all those things kanang or naka-specific nga thing na you are afraid of. So I'm gonna ask na, what do you do in things you are afraid of? Sa mo ginabuhat. Because sometimes kanang if we feel fear, di ba we felt this kanang kinda normal kay we feel kanang our heart is racing and we're in a state of arousal ba kay because our heart is racing and we're kanang our arms are sweating and we are shaking kanang we don't know what to do kanang kulbaan na jud kay ka. And some of your friends and ang ako advice sa mga friends and they said na pag lang think lang positive thoughts, but there are some research nga nag-prove na positive things alone can make your fear worse. And also niana pud sila kuan lang kalma lang, you have to be calm. Doesn't work because you are hyper aware and you are in a high state of feeling. Nagkulbaan na ka and your heart is racing and you are in a high state of feeling and then you will gonna switch it off to low. So kato it doesn't work good nga kanang it makes it kanang worse good. And so what you're gonna do is you have to reframe what your mind is doing. Reframing what your mind is doing. Feeling fear to feeling excited. So I love this gyud kanang next nga ako na learn about kang Mil Rubens. So pwede niyo siya i-search or paminawon niyang mga podcast nindot jud kayo. So wala siya na feeling fear and to feeling excited because feeling fear and feeling excited is the same exact state of feeling. And when you are feeling fear, your heart is racing and your arms are sweating and you are shaking. Your brain that's what your brain calls it. And magsend na og message sa inyong brain. And so that state of feeling fear and excitement are exact state of feeling of your body. But the difference is that what your brain calls it. difference between the two is kanang what your brain calls it, the same state of feeling of your body, but different is kanang what your brain calls it. For example, you are feeling kanang you feel fear, kanang, oh no, I can't do that, I can't do it, I can't yes, yeah, I can't really do that. And you are feeling excited, oh wow, I'm so excited, ana. And so kato magsana jud sa og kanang message sa imong body, because take note of this, you can't control how your body might feel, but you can control what you're thinking about and how you're gonna react of it. And boom, it interrupted your fear. Ma-interrupt na yung fear and so, di na pasok ang anchor thoughts. Think of a moment that you are excited. When you are in that state of feeling state of feeling fear. So think of a moment that you are excited. Reframe your thoughts of fear to excitement. And boom, dira na nimo ma-trick imong brain. Tapos mag-send pa imong brain sa imong og message na, oh, Mary is excited. So kato, you have to know that you can't control what feeling rise up in your body, but you can control what you're thinking and how gonna react of it. For example, when you are afraid of heights, kanang kulbaan na kay padulong na ka mag-take og zip line, for example, zip line, or you are about to ride on a roller coaster and you are afraid of height. Kanang you start of things, anchor thoughts, you start of think a moment that you are excited. For example, you are with your moment that kanang kauban mo imong parents na you nagaband mo, or kauban mo imong friends, or you are in a particular place. For example, in the beach, you are swimming or watching sunlight or sunset, and that mawala na imong mura gina-reframe na imong thought of fear to thoughts of fear, and you find yourself nga kanang naga zipline na ka or naka sa roller coaster. And so kato, you already, I hope na namoy na learn, and so you already know some practical things na ako ang na share sa inyo ha, but there's more of it. Napagay more there's this thing na kanang katong you always thinking na unsa gyud ang gina-think sa imo sa mga tao, but you don't need the people to validate you, because as a reminder in Psalms 139 verse 14, you are unique, diba, where kanang already ni tackle ani sa last session tong knowing your worth. You are unique. Dili nimo kailangan og people na to validate you. Dili mo kailangan na ma-intimidate sa ilaha, because you are unique. It's other na I praise you because you are fearfully and wonderfully made by the Lord. And you know that you are full well. So dili nimo kailangan og validation sa uban. And the second one is you are valuable. In Genesis chapter 1 is there na God created man one his image, and the image of God he created, male and female he created. Diba, dili po ka that you are so valuable kay you are created by the image of God. The fish came up from sa water, and you came from the image of the Lord. And the another one that said that you are valuable is Matthew chapter 10 verse 29 and 30. Are not the two sparrows sold for a penny, yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care? Even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So why you allow people validate you when they not really know you? They only know you nga kanang they only know you in the sense na kanang nakita nila sa inyo ha, or nakita nila sa imo ha. You have been judged, or you've been judged, or you've been anong sa ilang mga ingon, but they only know kanang gamay pa kanang a little bit lang sa imo ha. But the Lord knows you, di ba? And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Kanang kabalugid siya every single things about you. And so you don't need people to validate because we know that isa lang gid ang maka-validate sa tuwa. It's the Lord, it's God. And also, Psalm 118 verse 6, you don't need to compare yourself to others because the Lord is with me. The Lord is with you. And I will not be afraid. You will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? Diba? It's kanang really evident here sa verse nga kanang the Lord is with you. Na si Lord sa imo and dili ka kailang ma-afraid. Kanang lang ma-adlook nga ma-judge or ma-validate people na around sa imo because wala silang kwan sa imo because God, you are made in the image of God and God can only validate you, diba? Ano kanang people might really praise you or validate you in good and positive thoughts, but they also validate you in negative thoughts. They cannot judge and validate and negative thoughts. But the Lord kanang dili gyud nimo buhat sa imo because the Lord love you so much and He knows you very well because even a little bit nga mo ang nabuhat nga dili tama. Bulo sa Lord ana but kanang wala gid siya ginaingon sa imo because you are loved by the Lord. And so here's kanang question na akong kon. Now, where is your confidence coming from? Or unsa magay foundation sa imong confident? Is it the ability that you have or is it or the skills that you have or kanang unsa imo ang you're good at? Or asa ba nagagikan imong confident? Sa imo ra bang kusog sa imong strength? I know kanang a lot of us are kanang nagaano ba na ma-misinterpret jud ning meaning of confidence or asa gyud nagagikan imong confidence. Because we are kanang ano magud sa tuang self ba kanang madala sa tuang self and we are also kanang sometimes kanang self-centered or we are kanang gasunod lang kung unsay kanang ginabuhat sa tuang self and dira na mabutang ang kanang ano good scene sa tuwa and dira na makuan ba nga in allowing ourselves nga katang ato-ato ara or ato ang self lang ato ang self lang is that dira na magkuan ng ano dira na maglabas yung ano ba yung scene good sa atin evident na tong scene. And that's why, gonna share sa inyo nga, we have this Romans 6:23. You already know about this, for the wages of sin is death. So, ang kabayan daw sa mga, those kanang moments nga, your selfless desires, or kanang ginasudra ni mo imong self, or kanang unsay mong gusto sa imong self, and that kanang really cause sin. And so daw, it says there in Romans 6:23, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of life is eternal in Jesus Christ. Diba ang kabayaran daw sa sala is kamatayon daw or death. But it comes, the good thing is of this verse is kanang I'm so blessed kay gitagaan jud ta ni Lord og gift eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. So we're gonna talk about gift naman kay is kanang last month of the year and I know nga kanang ang uban sa inyo kay nag-expect jud og gift or nanay na mga na-receive nga gift because it's kanang Christmas is approaching, but truly nga I tell you nga the best gift gid nga atong ma-receive at karong Christmas no balik-balik yung pa-remind sa to is the gift of God, that is Jesus in our life. And so kato we also have to be reminded in John 14:6. Jesus answered, he said there, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So dili ka basig imo mo kung ginabi, dili ka makaadto kang God or di ka maka-approach kang God if di ka magi ka Jesus. Because we thought magod all kanang sometimes nga kanang we're dealing on the things nga diri lang gud sa kalibutan. Na ma-overcome na to ang kuan ba kanang in presenting or or performing or playing or kanang nagaduta sa atong mga task confidently. Pero it's not about here man good sa world. Basig nakalimutan ta ba? Basig we forgot who's an above good. Yes, you can really kanang go, or you can really overcome those things na unsa nagahitabo diri sa world, your confidence, but dili jud ka ma-exempt. But when the time comes, when you face to God, unsa man imo nga pakita sa iya, or unsa man imo ang makuan sa iya ha. If you don't have Jesus in your life, di ka maway ka Jesus, di mo i-accept si Jesus your Lord and Savior, and dili nimo siya i-bear sa imong sarili as your confidence, because Jesus is the only confident nga ato ang Jesus confidence, so that kanang makaatod jud ta dira kay God good. And I love this also verse nga kanang naga-remind ko jud sa ko, John 3:16, for God so loved the world, He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in Him shall not perish but have eternal life. God really loved us that He gave His only begotten Son to believe in Him. So we really do have to believe in the Lord. And I know kanang kuan naman mo, and you are familiar of this verse, God. Imagine a father gave his son only to sacrifice his life para lang masave ta to our sins. And that was kanang good, love good ni Lord God. And so you have to really kanang accept good si Lord today, not just kanang personal kanang imagine personal intention ba na gusto nimo gusto nimo na magka-breakthrough today, gusto nimo mag-breakthrough sa your confidence, gusto nimo breakthrough tanang butang, because na Jesus is our confidence. Kani gid ako ang masum up sa tanan good about confidence. Jesus is our confidence, not just na things nga kanang things na gahitabo sa kalibutan, but when we face to the Father, kailangan dito si Jesus atong kinabuhi. And also but the good thing of this kay kanang when are times that we're struggling or nagabattle ta in overcoming things, kay if you have Jesus in our life, can get through of it. Diba? If you are, so kato nadanan nimo you've done those practical things that I've shared sa inyo recently, you beat to your anxiousness, fear, and people, so that kato you just wear Jesus in front of the crown, of just wear kanang you just kanang bear Jesus in your life and accept Him as your Lord and Savior, and declare yourself that Jesus is your confidence. And so I'm gonna share this sa inyo also a testimony sa inyo in the 2 Corinthians chapter 12, 9-10. But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight weakness, in insults, in hardship, in persecution, and difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. I really kanang na experience jud ani nga verse, and it was kanang evident gud sa akong life, because there was kanang time na kanang we're about to take our final exam. We've been tasked kanang to make a position paper sa among exam. Tapos I have picked as a leader. Tapos I know good already nga those leaders pod na gi-pick ni sir, and I know them well, kanang they're excellent, and kanang nganong why me? Why me kanang sa sir kabalo ko baka nga dili jud ko hawd aning leadership ana. And so karon nakulbaan ako, but I place my weak ko atong apart because kanang indecisive magud ko nga pagkatao, kanang sabay-sabay lang ka, oh sige go, kana lang, kana na, go na ta ana. But kato, I place my kanang good, my strength in the Lord and Jesus alone. Kanang I pray gid sa iya nga kanang Lord, di mo na kaya, I'm weak of this. So ako na ning ihak, kanang ako na bahala sa ko, Lord. I'm gonna make my part and kanang kato, you will do your part. And kato, na-amaze ko because kanang we've done our kanang na position paper na, di ba ako familiar kaya ng position paper, so I research a lot, kanang nag-research ko a lot of it, and di ko kanang somehow kanang nay kanang kwan sa ko nga di confident about sa akong kanang gibuhat. Pero kato, I place my trust there kay Lord na kanang kajud bahala ni Lord. Tapos kato, I was amazed kay naman ko kanang kato kabalong man ko sa pang mga good sa pang mga class ay kanang nakoy kanang close friend na leader, tapos nag-ask ko sa mga score, ay dili kanang nag-share lang gud mi kay kanang mag po nag-share man jud mi kung unsay mga score na mo, kanang na-amaze kung hala, oh man jud kay ni siya mas dako pa man among grades, and I thought good kay kanang 75 among grades ato position paper, but kanang dako day kayo. And so ato na-amaze ko nga kanang bisag you are weak in that kind of thing or you are weak in that part, kay kanang dira gud mas evidence sa Lord, good mas evidence Jesus sa imong life. If you have Jesus in your life and you have kanang mo jud siyang gi-accept as your Lord and Savior, and the face you kanang bear him sa imong life. And so mo to, that's all. So I hope kanang dagan mo ay namoy na learn, and kanang it will help you na ma-boost in your confidence, not just here not just kanang hindi sa kalibutan, but and at the end of the day good when we face God. So kato. Thank you sa mga nag-attend and naminaw gyud.